Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Now, what would you say has kept you going in the business of, or as an entertainment practitioner? Let me just put it that way.
Has kept me going. God's grace, the ability to keep moving when it looks as if you are the only one making sense to yourself. I think that's just it. Just great, God's grace. At times you want to leave a particular level for someone a level you cherish so much. Just like once a beautiful clothes later becomes a rag. The same way someone's clothes that they bright so much in and they are showing it off to the whole world is someone else's clothes that they do not even reckon with. So I think that's just it with me. I just see and just move on.
Okay.
As the level comes.
Okay. All right. So, what's your dream as an entertainment practitioner?
I look forward to, even though I speak of this not as man, but I look forward to a time when we'll be able to get those people who are exceptional in what they do and how they go about it, and get them celebrated, and not just the quote and unquote noisemaker. No pun intended, really. So, and having a conglomerate, if I put it rightly, where people can actually come, share ideas, and get appreciated on the basis of what they have and the value they put out there, and not the value people think they deserve or they are pushing towards them. That is just my dream. Where government would also be able to come in and let's have this collaboration, and not just about when it's election time and we feel, we can do this with these people. What happens after you get into office? Back to square one, and everybody shares their own bit of the national cake and move on to better things. So I think that's just my dream, and many others.
Okay. All right. So for you, what makes a good joke?
Good joke. These days we have what we call how will I put it now? We tend to call it an intelligent joke when, at times, maybe when it falls flat and you think, you didn't get that joke, is an intelligent joke, but not usually all the time. A good joke for me is a material. We like to call them materials, that people can relate with it, and you don't have to explain it to them. Even though there are some intelligent jokes that you have to say, and people might not get it if they were actually not paying attention to what you were saying as at when you were delivering it. So I think that's just it. A good joke should be able to, everybody should be able to relate with it. Like, for instance, this time now, you have 1,000,001 jokes. The Naira crunch, or what is it called? You have the fuel issues, a whole lot of stuff. There are materials lying fallow. So it's just for you to have an event and just go kill it. Everybody can relate, so everybody don't invest. Like, I was at an event with the deputy governor. I think that was last week Thursday, actually, just around this time last week Thursday, at the Lagos State. No, that was with the head of service rather. 2 weeks ago was with the deputy governor, head of service Akim Urukwala, Lagos State Public Service GRA, and I said something concerning comparison between what a rich man relates with now and what a poor man relates with more. I said something concerning ATMs. ATMs now is for the poor, while POS is for the rich. Yeah, going to fuel station. The poor goes to the fuel stations to queue for long, while the rich just get it from the black market. So you have the comparison. And as I was saying it, some people were like, no, 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 not be so, not be so. We just more like a discussion, which is
Okay.
also another form. So, but there are some that you just give proof, proof, and you just appear with it.
Okay. Now, as a comedian yourself, which has been your most remarkable joke? Your personal
Oh.
joke?
My personal joke. I love this question coming, against the backdrop of my friend Baba the Baba, who went on with his show the other time. What's the title? What did it tag that show now? Originality jokes and all that. So for me, I my jokes are usually, I think my kids, my children, make jokes, come for me easily. I remember saying this at an event, talking about we were coming from a fellowship that was during the COVID-19 era. And I used to tell them something. If you need anything from me, you must be able to spell that actual word you want. So as we're coming back, one of them just said, Daddy, I think you should take us to an eatery so that we can have fun. I was like, which of them? That was my first daughter. She said, tantalizers. I'm like, oh, tantalizer. But you know the rules. That the money plenty for my hand. So you know the rules. You must be able to spell it. And the younger brother, that was as very corny as I am. He just said, Daddy, don't worry, don't take us to tantalizers again. Take us to KFC. So and that is it for me. I remember also one of these days, my son, before he's 10 this year, when he was still about 3 or 4, and I got home on a Saturday morning. I was just on my laptop. I was trying to, get my playlist for the week ready and every other thing because I had gigs lined up for that week. And I was like, okay, please, I don't want any disturbance. That's why you can see I'm in the car. So I'm home already. But there's no way I will have this in the house without them coming 24/7 to hit at daddy's door. I seldom do this. And he comes, Daddy, I want to whisper something to your ears. No, I want to whisper. I said, no, come on, Mikhail, don't be shy. Whisper, I'm listening. He said, Daddy, you won't understand though. I said, I want to whisper. I said, come on, don't be shy. That is all ears. Whisper. I never knew that because it was a new environment in Ogba then that the school he attended, in our own time, they taught us from urinate to wee wee. I didn't know in their own school they taught them whisper as a code. So he kept saying, Daddy, I want to whisper. I said, come on, my ears are open. Whisper. Is that we whisper? I said, come on, don't be shy. Talk to Daddy. Until I had zzz. So I was like, what? What the nothing but what kind of rubbish is it? My wife then came in. Honey, what's the problem? Babes. I said, can you imagine your son? He said he wanted to whisper. The next thing it was now me in my ear. He said, no, sorry, you are not in tandem with these children. They are new school. Their own trick there, instead of saying urinate or wee wee, they'll say whisper. And so it wasn't his fault. But I said, go ahead. So these are just part of the moment stuff. Another one readily comes to mind. When this Mikhail also was about 5, I remember telling him, okay, that day he was ill, so he couldn't go to school. While I was cleaning the car to go to the office, he just came by and I said, see, listen to me. If you see anybody, greet. He had issues with greeting people then. If you see anybody, greet. I don't want issues. Before they'll be saying, and it's always bad when you see your kid and an elderly person, you'll not be saying, can't you greet? It makes you look as if you've not done your homework. So I was like, greet. He said, okay, sir, I've heard you. Can I sit down? I said, sit. Next 1 minute, my landlord came by and he was like, Mike, oh, law school, how are you? Good morning, my boy. How are you? Shaking his hand. I said, fine, sir. You didn't go to the school. Why? He said, I'm feeling sick. He said, Peleo, you'll be well. The man passed by and I looked at him. I said, young man, I thought we had a deal. Greet everyone who comes close. Why did you have to wait for? He said, no, sir. He greeted me first. He greeted me first, so I didn't know what to do again. So these are just, I'm giving like 3 examples,
Yeah,
I just get them naturally that way.
okay.